The week that was, the week that is. We are now 2 weeks removed from our last episode. Action.
Yeah, we're busy. What did we miss last week? Let's do a quick rundown of what we missed last week. There were big discussions.
Truex won.
Mm-hmm.
I got the big news thing from the week that we can talk about later.
Hold on.
It got rain delayed, so I missed it because I was at work.
There was like a big debate last week, and I forget what it was already.
Yeah, that rings a bell, and I am genuinely drawing a blank.
Ross Chastain did something silly.
What even was it? It happens so often that I can't remember.
He like wrecked Brendan Poole going into turn 1, and Larson got caught up in it.
Yeah, that's right.
Larson thought he could gas it in the outside to a car that was traveling to the outside wall.
Yeah.
People were talking about the bracket challenge a lot last week,
which
I think that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Did you guys make an entry for it, or
I did. Brackets busted.
Really?
Well, yeah.
I haven't checked mine.
I mean, I'm assuming you picked Kyle Busch.
Who knows what I did? Maybe I didn't. I forget.
If you pick Kyle Busch, you're done. I'm pretty sure I had Kyle Busch winning mine, so.
That is okay. That's an L. If you had Kyle Busch winning yours.
Yeah.
That was a bad take on your part.
That did not work.
It reminds me of what happened with March Madness this year, where literally every single bracket that was entered on ESPN was wrong after the first round, so they just let everybody pick new ones. Nobody made it out of the first round.
Thanks, Purdue.
I want to look at my bracket, but that is a cool idea, and I like the idea of kind of like ramping up fantasy NASCAR stuff, at certain points in the season. I think it's a good thing. A lot of people agree that it's a good thing. I'm not presenting new ideas here, but I thought it was cool. I saw like a bunch of really weird people on Twitter be like, drivers hate gimmicks, but then they come up with this and they love it. As if it's like the same thing, and it's not.
Yeah. Denny Hamlin running a bracket outside of the races is apparently the same thing as stages.
It's a gimmick now, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep, good old NASCAR Twitter overreactions. So.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I had some kind of zinger to go with that, but I can't remember.
There's nothing new. Like, I mean.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Overreact, sleep, repeat.
Yeah.
That should be. Oh, we should make that in a merch. Overreact, sleep, or like wake up, overreact, sleep, repeat, and then just like a little fake racers logo.
Yeah, mine got busted in a few spots.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. The Suarez Briscoe matchup wrong. I got the Busch one wrong. The Elliott one, Cindric, and Dillon and Bell.
Wait, who was Chase up against?
Chase was up against Truex.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say like that one and the like Cindric Suarez, or not Cindric, Briscoe Suarez ones are just like straight coin flips at that point.
Yeah, basically.
I had a.
But
good. I was gonna say I had a coin flip. Eric Jones and Austin Cindric were matched up in a matchup to bet on.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve Letarte on his podcast and that little dirty Modo, he's like, I ain't picking it. That's a coin flip. That's not worth it. I'm like, I get Eric Jones at plus money to beat Austin Cindric. Are you kidding me? All you gotta do is beat Austin Cindric. We all know Cindric has no speed by the 300-mile mark of a race. Dude hit the wall. I got free money.
Yeah. Joe and I talk about this off mic a lot, but if you need a new sports betting podcast and you like NASCAR, you gotta listen to Dirty Modo. That podcast is so much fun.
They're just having fun.
They are.
They're just dudes being bros.
Steve Letarte throwing it to guys named Chopper and the Professor, and he's like tossing units around. I can tell he's pointing. Steve Letarte is the big dog in the studio. I just love it. I get such a kick out of it.
Chopper and the Professor sounds like your morning commute radio show.
Exactly.
It's lots of zany sound effects. If I had my soundboard open right now, I'd start spamming that.
I think one of them's the producer for NBC Sports, and the other one's like a statistician for NBC. So
I thought one of the maybe Maybe I thought
I know
one
they-
of them was the statistician or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and then one of them is just like a degenerate that gambles a lot and one
Oh,
of
maybe
Steve's
that's
buddies or
it.
something like that.
I
Because
don't
one
know.
of them they call
One
the
of them-
degenerate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's the one that gambles a lot.
But anyone that gambles is a degen.
Yeah, true.
Looking at you, Alabama, Iowa, and Iowa State baseball.
We need like early morning radio nicknames for each other right now. I can toss it to like Baby J in Maddie. I don't know. I don't know.
Matty
Some-
ass. Like, what? I don't-
I don't know. Baby J is pretty good. Matt, you could be
Just a-
like Stone Cold Steel or something. I don't know.
Just imagining they're like, it's Chopper and the Professor in the morning.
That's what's up.
Oh my god, no way.
Something new every week.
Yeah.
That's our new soundboard guy.
I need more good stuff on my soundboard because it's mostly football memes. So, like
Don't let these tears fool you. There's all dog around this mug.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. I kind of love it. We need like JTN specific ones that we can
Wait.
play.
Davey, when he hears my soundboard, it's like,
Man, yo, I'm loving it.
all right.
Okay.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Hey, we're getting off track.
We have a show.
I'm already derailing
It's called
things.
the Big Business Podcast.
let's talk about the premiere of Former Motorsports real quick here before we get too deep into the show. Supercross.
Oh my god.
Matthew wanted to talk about a lot of
Take a shot at
Supercross.
Okay.
Let's
Uh,
Supercross. I
So
don't know.
this season
dirt
has
bike.
been. What was that?
I don't know dirt bike.
Yeah, that's fine. So this season's been pretty nuts, but the last 2 weeks I've never seen anything like this in any form of motorsport. Basically all season, the championship battle has been Eli Tomac, who's like a living legend. He's second all-time wins now, two-time champion. Cooper Webb, who scored his first win in 2 years, also a two-time champion, has been like right on his heels. And the thing with Cooper Webb is he hasn't been nearly as fast as Tomac, but he's like just gritted it out and is just like clawed and scrapped his way to second in points and has been hanging right with him. Even stole the points lead from him at one point. And then third has been Chase Sexton, who can't get out of his own way and absolutely should be running away with the championship, but he's wrecked from the lead like 4 times this year. And even like when he does win, he gets penalized for jumping while they had the red cross flags out. And so it's 2 weeks ago, they're in Nashville, and going into it, it's like, okay, Tomac's cruising at this point. If you're Cooper Webb absolutely needs to win this week if he's going to stay in this championship hunt. And Tomac and Webb are in the same heat, and then they're battling for the lead on the first lap. Cooper Webb slides out on the outside of the berm, goes down, and Adam Cianciarulo in third with nowhere to go clocks Cooper Webb in the back of the head with his front tire and basically knocked him out cold. And if you've ever had a concussion, you know that your body and your mind reacts emotionally. And so it was very jarring to see Cooper Webb, who's very Kyle Busch about the way he presents himself, like crying while he was getting loaded into the ambulance. So it was bad, but luckily Cooper's okay. But just like that, his championship chase is done with 2 more weeks to go. And so at this point, Eli Tomac knows the position he's in. He gets the whole shot. He's out front leading. Chase Sexton runs him down, and Tomac just lets him go. You know, why battle and hurt yourself when, you know, if Sexton wins both races and you finish on the podium, you clinch it. So they go into this week, and I think Tomac, if he finishes top 5, he clinches the championship, like regardless of whatever Chase Sexton does. And there's like 6 factory guys who are healthy right now. Like, this is the most injuries I've ever seen in a season. And, you know, Sexton beats Tomac in their heat race, whatever, it's no big deal. Sexton gets a bad start. Tomac's out front, cruising. And then on lap 3, they're following Adam Cianciarulo in second. And then all of a sudden, a Yamaha with the number 1 plate on it is cruising around at low speed on the left side of the track. And Eli Tomac is riding with 1 foot off the peg at very low speed, and he like pulls over, and a mechanic asks him, like, or one of the officials asks him if his bike's okay, and you see him point at his foot and he goes right down the left side of the track, straight up the tunnel, and goes straight to the Alpine Stars medical truck. And then they go to a replay, and I have a prop for this. I brought my boots. Dirt bike boots are not supposed to move very much. I mean, they obviously have some malleability in them. They show Tomac's just out front cruising. He jumps and he lands kind of flat, and you see his boot do this. And then all of a sudden, he stops putting any weight on his left foot. And then all of a sudden, he's out of the race. Chase Sexton runs down Adam Cianciarulo and takes the lead, and is now holding a 7-point lead because Tomac is dead last. And literally before the race is even over, they're interviewing his manager, who says that he ruptured his Achilles and is done. And just like that, with one more race to go, Tomac is done. He lost the championship with literally a race to go.
Jesus.
And the craziest thing about it, too, is that's like a 9-month recovery of an injury for like an Achilles injury.
Mm-hmm.
And Tomac was probably going to retire after this year, so that might be the last we ever see of him. So, and just like that, Chase Sexton, who could not get out of his own way all year, now holds a 7-point lead. Tomac is the only guy who can mathematically catch him, and barring a medical miracle, Chase Sexton is going to win Honda's first 450 title in 19 years.
What the hell?
Yeah. So, like, it was one of those things, like, we were all watching it. We had, like, a watch party at our house, and we were like, yeah, it'd be cool if Tomac had, like, a bike issue or something, because we want to see this championship come down to the last race. And then all of a sudden, he might just be done for good. So, yeah, congrats on the win, Chase Sexton, barring he gets some weird 10-point penalty and finishes dead last next week.
I hate Chase Elliott.
Kind of nuts.
I mean, he is shockingly like Chase Elliott. They both have thrown away so many wins earlier in their career. So,
yeah.
But yeah, truly bizarre season.
That's
I was on
crazy.
a video podcast and saw me run away. Something is going on in my throat right now. Good heavens.
Jeez.
I listened the whole time, but I'm dying.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, though. Like,
So that happened this week. So.
and you had a watch party for it.
Oh yeah,
Now,
I
was
mean, my
that
roommate
ever-
and I. Oh, good. Sorry.
Was it just your roommate and you, or was it like other people that aren't like avid fans of it?
So my roommate and I watch every week, and a couple of our friends, Bo and Aaron, they're a couple, and Bo's like, whatever. Aaron like got really invested after just watching one race. Like we told her that we like Jet Lawrence, and then she was like super hardcore into Jet Lawrence like every time. So they're like kind of fans. They're like, oh, okay, we'll watch this. So
I'm just thinking about trying to explain that to somebody that like has no concept of motorsports, just in general,
I'm
right?
not. They're seeing me losing my mind over the fact that Eli Tomac has just suffered probably a career-ending injury, one race away from the championship, and they're like, "Oh, that's crazy," and I'm like, "No, I don't think you understand." So, yeah, his wife posted a picture. He's on crutches, but he was like smiling and looked like he was in good spirits. So, get well soon, Eli.
Finale going to be on? Do you know what the finale going to be on linear TV, or is it just going to be on Peacock?
I think I think it might be on NBC Sports. Let me look. But I know it's going to be on Peacock. So.
Right. Because they got one of them good streaming deals where they're like, yeah, let us stream our races too. Why don't you?
Yeah.
Even if you're showing them on TV.
Yeah, not like other motorsports that are weird.
NASCAR.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdos.
Agreed.
Oh, you can only stream our races that are on NBC. If they're on USA Network, you are not allowed to stream them.
Yeah. Why would you want to watch the race?
Why would we give you another possible avenue to watch the race? That's crazy. Oh, that might have been something David to add to the other news.
The race is on USA and Peacock.
Okay. So you can watch it on USA, I'm assuming late at night, Saturday night, heading into Mother's Day.
Probably around, like, actually, I just had the time up. 10 p.m. Eastern. Yep.
Yeah. Not too bad.
Oh, and also, Adam Cianciarulo got his first podium in 2 years, which was really cool. I know there was only, like, 4 healthy guys, but he got really emotional on the podium. And he had a really cool quote where he said he was like, a winner is just a loser who kept getting up. So this one's to my losers out there. So I was like, oh.
You gotta clip that for the soundboard.
yeah, I gotta have a wholesome soundboard clip.
There you
go.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Supercross.
That was the week that was in Monster Energy Supercross.
Hell yeah. Really cool.
Now let's go to a former series that was sponsored by Monster Energy. The NASCAR Cup Series was in Kansas for what was possibly the best race ever.
That was nuts.
I only watched this morning because I was replacing a water heater yesterday. That was fun.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, that'll get you.
Yeah,
Typical things that happen.
typical things.
Had to
Hate
do that
when
last
that happens.
Saturday, actually.
Oh yeah.
I had a buddy that had to do that.
Oh wow.
Oh, jeez.
Lost his fingers.
Damn.
Uh-huh.
Did you find him or?
Not yet.
Oh
No.
shoot. Denny Hamlin though finally gets his first win of the season. Guess he's heating up finally.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
The lawn chair.
Oh, chair.
Sorry, Matt. You'll get that.
Matt, you have to
eventually.
listen to this show. Like Davey doesn't even gamble. Doesn't believe in gambling. I don't think.
No, I believe in gambling. I just can't do it because
Yeah.
reasons.
Tribes.
If I say anything, I'll get canceled. And it's not even that I'm saying anything bad. It's just like
Yeah.
they don't let me. So
They want to keep the stranglehold that they have on the market, which is
Yeah.
understandable.
I guess I like to gamble though. Anyway, yeah, that was a fun little Dirty Modo reference. Anyway, Denny Hamlin, the lawn chair.
The lawn chair. He finally wins. That battle with Larson was pretty cool.
It
Pretty-
was
Pretty cool.
had a fun ending.
It was pretty cool.
I
until
really-
he did exactly what everyone else does.
Yeah, I really don't think. I mean, it was obvious that it was like a side draft gone wrong. It was just a
Yeah.
mistake.
It's more just annoying that it's like every time we have a really cool battle, it always ends in something stupid. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
So,
That was a
that was-
great battle though.
oh yeah,
Coming at the end of a long run and everything, like that was a lot. That was a cool race for like the coming and going when we could get a green flag run, because they could not get a green flag run to save their damn lives.
Yeah, they were
in the middle
wrecking
of
a
that
lot.
race. Yeah.
Like, you got a long green flag run. Up there goes a Ford.
Off turn 2.
There goes Eric Almirola. He's going for a spin. Ty Gibbs,
the-
there he goes.
yeah. I was gonna say the Ty Gibbs disaster class.
Austin Cindric
was-
just losing a wheel after hitting the wall.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Legacy Motor Club wrecking like 12 times.
that was bad.
One of the
yeah.
drivers getting mad at another driver for him wrecking without even getting hit. Crazy.
Yeah,
We'll talk about that in a second.
We will.
But Kansas was fun. I watched the race back this morning because it just I normally won't do that, even if I like see the results and stuff, because brain don't work that way.
Right.
But it was a pretty good race. I mean, multi groove, up and down the banking, decent amount of side by side. Top could prevail with momentum, of course, but that's not anything that I don't think you can really do anything about.
that's
Yeah.
just oval racing. Yeah,
Kansas
So-
is a good racetrack.
The Larson Hamlin thing was funny because Larson hit the wall a couple times and he hit it there on the white flag and they kind of glossed over it. And I think that's why Hamlin probably misjudged the move that he
Yeah.
made that got Larson to
Yeah.
the wall.
Yeah,
Um,
he just bounced off it just a little bit.
Yeah.
At the same time, Denny was going for like a little side draft, and yeah, happens.
It's just funny because if other drivers did it, I think there'd be an uproar. There already was an uproar. I know people were booing Hamlin at Kansas. I
don't
don't think
think
like
there
an
was a-
uproar of people that
You don't
know, but like, you know, the 50% out there that look at the little
Yeah,
bow ties and
Because
are like,
if there's one thing that I know, it's that there's a clear Denny Hamlin bias amongst NASCAR fans.
you know, the guy who's diecast DNP'd for like 8 straight years. Definitely definitely no bias against Denny Hamlin.
Yeah.
"Maybe-
Anyway.
I felt that, man. You were staring at my soul there. It was crazy. That one I felt. I
What
guess
can I say?
maybe because we didn't do this last week, but that one, whew, give me butterflies a little bit, honestly.
They say that I'm fierce.
I'm feeling something.
They say that I'm fierce.
But yeah, a lot of wrecks throughout the race. The Ty Gibbs one was funny because he went way too fast trying to bring it back around because he pretty much had the car saved and then decided I'm gonna tear it up. I was listening on the radio, okay? Listen to the radio for the whole race. And on the radio they go, and yep, there goes Ty Gibbs, and a chorus of cheers as he's getting pushed and he gets stuck in the grass. They're cheering for him to get out, and I'm like, oh, they're not cheering for him to get out. They're just happy he's stuck.
Well, it's that, and then like I don't know if it was the medical team or the recovery team telling him like, hey, if you get out of your car, like you're done. And he's like, no, push it back. And it's like, no, it's stuck in the grass. You're not going anywhere. You already got out of the car. Like, what are you doing?
Silly goose.
Yeah.
Them young kids.
To his credit, though, he hasn't crashed out of a lot of races so far. So.
No.
Mm-hmm.
This was
he's
probably...
like, well, I've never been here before. Like,
I don't know what I'm doing, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the progressive banking multi-groove, it was a beautiful race. That's 3 pretty decent races at Kansas in a row now.
Oh yeah.
With this next gen car, which is awesome to see. However, the shot heard around the world was on pit lane after the race. Noah Gragson goes up to Ross Chastain to confront him. Starts like kind of getting into his personal space, then grabs him. Starts getting an arm up. Ross grabs the arm. Noah grabs an arm. Ross gets an arm loose and just socks Noah in the face. Noah Gragson, NASCAR's the garage area's punching bag. Literally.
Yeah.
Thanks for.
It doesn't help too that like he's doing it with that haircut too. Like,
that's the storyline we were missing from Dover. The haircut.
Yeah.
That's right.
Just shows you how much NASCAR Cup drivers are getting paid when they join the Cup Series. That he did that for $100.
As far as the on-track thing goes, I think I see why Noah's mad. I don't think he has a reason to be, but I see why from the cockpit why you'd be upset in that situation that they showed. And I'll give it to Noah. You know, everybody talks all this mess about Ross Chastain, and no one goes and does anything about it. And Noah was at least prepared to do something about it. So, whether he was right or wrong, I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, I think a big part of it too is like, you know, Gragson, and you feel like you got ran into the wall. He kind of did. Ross definitely put the squeeze on, but there was a way they could have both made it through there clean. It is what 100%. It is. It's racing.
No,
but like, if you're Noah Gragson, you look at that and you're like, yeah, of course it's Ross Chastain who did that.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. What was it Christopher Bell a couple weeks ago at Richmond? Oh yeah, it's Ross's fault. That's why I got into William Byron.
Yeah.
Like Ross Chastain, he's established that he's like a car width and a half wide now.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's great.
He's basically just got the intimidate button on at all times.
He is Dale Earnhardt. Ross Chastain, Dale Earnhardt.
Gonna make a lot of people mad.
Well,
yeah.
But it is funny.
Stop being scared of him. They're all scared of him. They're all scared of him. Like, I don't know what else to say. They're like, Noah's getting into the wall just because the one car to his inside. Like, in theory, you should be able to get out of that. I couldn't. Not saying I could, but in theory, race car drivers should had enough room, make it work.
Yeah. I think this just goes back, and I've said this in areas that are outside this podcast before. Like Ross Chastain is just kind of like the perfect villain because he's not going to change his ways. He believes that what he's doing, he's like convinced that what he's doing isn't the wrong thing to do, and he's not. Whether he's right or wrong,
it works.
I was going to say it's working,
and that's the final piece of the puzzle. It works. Yeah. Everyone knows what you're going to get with Ross Chastain. You know he's not going to change. You know he's not going to like give you a break this time. Like he's consistent. He does the same thing. He has the same mindset. He hasn't changed it, and he has conviction behind the way that he drives. Like he believes that what he's doing is the way that he needs to drive. His team owner's behind him, and respectfully, he gets away with it all the time. So like, and people are starting to notice that he gets away with it all the time. So why stop?
It goes back to this. We talk about respect in young drivers and coming up through the ranks. We talk about that a lot. Ross Chastain has been fighting for his career for 10 years, at least, right?
Yeah.
You know, just between running in lesser equipment for all those years, and then all of a sudden the Ganassi deal falls through for the Xfinity ride, and he has to go back. He goes down to trucks and does the part-time deal with Colleague, and then and just climbing his way back up the rung. Like, hey, I'm here. Look at me. I'm good at this. So he's been scratching and clawing, fighting for his career now for all these years, and that's a hard habit to buck, right? Like, and now he's in fast enough equipment where, you know, he probably doesn't need to push the car as much as he does because the car is quick enough. But he's still going to push it because that's what he's used to doing.
Yeah.
So,
reminds me a lot of Brad Keselowski early in his career, because Brad had the same thing where it was like he barely made it to where he was. Like, he got a lucky break and caught Junior's attention, and then got to Cup and pissed everybody off because he raced like every single race was his last. And that's a lot of the same thing that Ross does. And I'm not faulting either of them for doing it, but so that's definitely what it reminds me of. It feels like a little bit of deja vu.
I wonder if Carl Edwards is going to try to kill Ross Chastain.
Yeah. He's gonna come down from the booth next week. Where?
Yeah, Noah Gragson's probably not the guy to go there and confront Ross, but like you said, someone had to eventually. The little video of Chase Elliott saying, "Oh, someone's got to get to him. Good job, man." I'm like, dude, what?
God.
Tough guy Chase Elliott out here.
That's more weird for Chase Elliott than anything.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what
what
I'm
are you
saying.
saying?
Living vicariously through Noah Gragson.
Which, Matt, we found out today that you have another thing in common with Chase, so congratulations. We don't have to talk about it. That's a cool Lego set behind you.
Yeah, I lost. Oh yeah, the Davey Hazard Lego set.
Yeah, I actually got it too. I got it yesterday.
Yeah, I got it today.
I started building it today.
Thanks for supporting, you guys.
Yeah.
Go buy your Davey Hazard Lego set. But yeah,
I lost my mind when I saw that.
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh
I'm gonna make a whole video about it.
Speaking of NASCAR drivers on Twitter, though, I appreciate Michael Annette coming out of his cave that he does every few months to comment on this, because he brings the unique perspective of a former hockey player. And he just said, if you're gonna step in when Noah grabs Ross. Don't take don't let him take a shot and then grab him. BS. And then a reply, okay, now start the Michael. You sucked. Who cares what you think? and he said, watch the video me of video at Kentucky. 2 guys settling it. You leave it alone and make sure it stays clean. Everyone else loves to jump in. It could end right there, but nope. Ever see 2 guys at a hockey fight tap each other on the head after a good fight? Yep. And then he also followed that up with, just had the best cantaloupe, pineapple, melon dew, and grapefruit appetizer ever. Strawberry dessert. I'm gonna retweet that one, actually.
The fights are interesting because again, Rod's got to punch in. And then he's like, "All right, man, I'm good." You and Noah's still trying to get after him. That was funny. That made me laugh.
So because
Ross the whole time is telling him, "Don't do it."
Yeah.
If you read his body language, he's like, "Don't do it. You don't want to grab me." He
literally said stop. Like,
It does. Yeah, I think Steven was mentioning it, but when Marcus Ambrose punched out Casey Mears a few years ago, when his Mears kept getting his hands on him, I was like, "That's a big, scary Aussie man. I don't lay your hands on Marcus Ambrose. You're gonna find out." Yeah, I've also seen a lot of people talk about that too, and I've said that I would be down for a drop your gloves rule in NASCAR where it's fair game, but I also don't blame crew guys for getting involved, because it's like, that's your dude, you know? I'm not gonna just, if I'm a crew guy, I'm not gonna just stand back and watch my driver get his ass beat, because that's my car too, and if somebody's got a problem with him, he's got a problem with me too. So like, I don't have an issue with crew guys getting involved, because that's just what happens when stuff goes down. So, yeah, it was fun.
I understand it.
To quote Kevin Harvick, "I like fights. We need more fights."
Waiting for Noah to do something next week, probably. So we'll wait and see.
He's got to catch him first, though.
Well, got to be relevant somehow this year, because it's not been a good year to be
on
Legacy Motor Club.
Didn't realize how bad they were doing until I looked at the points a few days ago, and I was like, "Oh,
it's not good.
Yeesh.
Things are not going well over there." Grant Enfinger, though, speaking of Legacy and GMS, GMS won the truck race with Grant Enfinger. That was cool. The finger, took home a victory at Kansas. It was a pretty good truck race. I don't know if you guys watched, but
they couldn't help but wreck each other a few times, but neither could the Cup guys. So
just in the end, this is track.
Really, really good racing.
Yeah.
Kansas is a good racetrack. Once again,
Kansas, I'm thinking about going there next year for this race in the spring.
it's an interesting place to go.
Well, it's close to me. It's like one of the closer ones to me, you know?
Yeah, sure.
You got a casino there?
I'm just
I know.
playing.
I
I'm
know.
playing. I'm playing.
I know.
Goodness.
Right up your alley.
I just we have all these conversations about traveling places, and then I'm like, oh, I want to travel to this place. And right away, why would you want to travel there? Like,
Yeah, it's like when people like some people want to go to like Oskaloosa or something in Iowa. And I'm like, why? It's like nothing to do there.
it's nothing to do, it's just cornfields.
I love that I just zoomed in on Kansas, and there's a Manhattan, Kansas.
Yeah.
Like I
That's
love
where Kansas
when
State
like
plays.
I love when
It
just like
is.
terrible towns in nowhere name themselves after cool places. Like there's a Paris in Kentucky, I think.
Yeah, like Kansas
Yeah.
City, Missouri. Like, come on.
Yeah.
What a lame place.
Name yourself after Kansas City, Kansas.
Pretty sure there's
Heroes.
a Hollywood, Florida as well.
Yes, there is, because that's
There
where
is
Hulk
a Hollywood,
Hogan's
Florida.
from.
Oh my god.
There is.
Brother.
There's a Christmas Florida as well.
Do we want to get into other news, or you guys want to keep looking up weird town names?
I can do both. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we can go around Pennsylvania. We can go to SNPJ, Pennsylvania.
Big news last week. Legacy Motor Club announced that they're going to switch to Toyota next season. There had been rumors a few years ago that the 43, when it was just Petty, with Bubba Wallace, there were rumors that Bubba was going to stay with that team, switch to Toyota, kind of as a deal to bring in Denny Hamlin as an owner, Michael Jordan, and all that, and that never came through fully, right? That was one of those rumors where, like, part of it was true. We know now. But a lot of people talking about Jimmy Johnson. Obviously, he has his strong ties with Chevrolet. I worry because, as an Eric Jones fan, I have seen how the Toyota thing goes, and I did not like it. That's okay. I don't know. You never know the whole story. You never know what everything going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Legacy Motor Club to Toyota. This helps the team, hurts the team.
Man, I don't know, because Toyota's kind of like an enigma in the sport anymore. Like, on one hand, you do have like a lot of support. You have, a strong race team and a strong racing program, one that's committed to NASCAR, as far as we know right now. And we also have had whole shows about the development pipeline and how bad it is.
Yeah.
So, I think for the race team itself, I think the manufacturer switch will be good for performance. I think being like a part of the other Chevy teams is not doing it any good. And like, did the Chevy move make any sense when it happened either? Because I don't really think it did.
It came out of nowhere, and it more so came out of the fact that, like, they were an affiliate with Roush, and Roush
Right.
really wasn't at a place where they should be helping anyone.
Yeah, no.
Going into
Yeah,
was it 17 or 18?
2018.
So,
And at that time too, like RCR's satellite program was like
Pretty-
if you were a midfield team, like it was a solid way to move up. You probably weren't going to compete for wins, but it also didn't help that as soon as they moved over, the Camaro was an absolute pig. So
That's right. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good point too.
yeah, and now with Colleague and Trackhouse, they're just moving further and further down the priority list.
I still think of them as ahead of Colleague, though.
Yeah, probably, but
But Trackhouse,
You know.
they're definitely behind Trackhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe
So,
in
it
terms
makes
of
sense.
manufacturer support, but just in performance, I still look
Excuse
at them as ahead of Colleague.
yeah, it makes sense though. I think I gotta imagine Chevy's not very stoked about it because
Yeah, it's a
I
big
think they like
brand.
Noah Gragson a lot.
Well,
And obviously, yeah, the brand of Jimmy Johnson and Richard Petty is also a pretty big thing to lose. So,
Richard Petty and a
Yeah.
Toyota Polo next year is going to be so weird.
yeah,
If that's even
I
a
kind
thing.
of dig it.
I wouldn't be
Kinda
surprised
dig
if he's not involved with the team. Like,
I
after
I
next-
wonder if
after
that
this year.
happens if they rebrand away from the Petty 43.
I don't think they will, though, because that would be dumb.
Yeah,
Wouldn't it?
it would definitely be a bad idea from a marketing standpoint, but like it would just feel kind of sacrilegious to do that without Richard involved, at least as in a brand ambassador like he is now, you know.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's that whole thing has been weird, right?
Yeah, especially it was a couple months back when you sent that article about where Richard was talking about how he thought he was going to be more involved, and they were just like, "All right, cool.
See you later, Grandpa."
Yeah.
You're going to the old folks' home. Have fun.
The future is now, old man.
And I think part of probably what hurt him in that situation is how well the team did last year, and then to change a lot of stuff, right? Like they changed the entire management structure of the team in the off season, and it is pretty much a new race team once again. So I think that's probably some of the frustrations. They've been getting JGR pit crews this year, so the Toyota thing doesn't completely shock me.
I forgot about that.
So they might have already kind of had that in the pipeline. That's why they went ahead and made that move, because JGR was supplying the pit crews for 2311. Who are now doing their pit crews in house. So I don't know. It's all weird. Eric Jones just signed a multi-year deal. I think Noah probably signed a 2 or 3 year deal. I know Eric was someone that people brought up for the 4 car next year. That was the other thing we could talk about. Someone having loose lips because he likes to sink ships, but we can talk about that when that actually gets announced. But
it is a multi-year deal to join Petty GMS, by the way, for
Noah.
Noah, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, like you said, Chevy's probably not too happy. Noah was kind of the poster boy for their their driver's edge development program that they started a few years ago. GMS is a big part of that too in the truck series. So I wonder what happens there.
Yeah, they were super vague about like what was going to happen with the truck program. Like they said they're like, we would have to switch to Toyota, as if they were like felt like they were obligated to switch. So that's weird.
I mean, they probably would be.
Yeah. But like you would expect them to be like, yep, the truck program's moving over, but like it really struck me as like Maury Gallagher was like, I guess, okay, whatever. Almost like he wasn't involved with it.
It's probably a negotiating chip, I'd have to think. Like,
yeah.
Well, I guess we'll have to switch to Toyota, but if Chevy wants to offer us more money,
I'd imagine like Jimmy would have to buy him out of his share then.
Of the Cup team?
Yeah.
No, you just don't have them in the same shop.
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know. RCR 3 car had their penalty upheld. Shout out NASCAR. Love it. Love putting the parts on display so we can see what they're fudging with. Did you guys see that at all?
I did.
Yeah, I did see that.
Very interesting.
I saw the picture of the piece too. That was cool.
I dig it.
You like that?
You're never gonna see this. You're never gonna look at this. Look underneath the splitter. Silly goose. Why would you even look down there? Yeah. Why would you inspect that part, crazy guy? And then they didn't. I wonder how they caught it though. You know what I mean? Because that's like something I wouldn't think to look at.
Yeah.
Or at least I'd be lazy. You know, like I don't need to look at that.
You never know, man. There's a lot of,
I guess they tear the cars down completely, right?
There's also a lot of knowledge that goes around in the garage area, like news spreads. I mean, it's clicky, man. People share stuff. Someone has a bone to pick with the 3 team.
They saw a crewman like moving it underneath the car during pit
wink,
stop.
wink, nudge, nudge. Look there from someone on like another crew. I mean, I'm sure it happens.
They could have been using it earlier in the year too.
Yeah,
it finally got caught.
Exactly.
I don't think any other thoughts. We good. I don't like moving it because I don't want to move too quick. Ryan Newman's back with Rick Ware Racing for like 6 races. Kind of cool.
Okay. No.
Thanks, Cody Ware. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Ooh,
sack
yikes.
of garbage.
Yikes.
I do like that. Like 3 weeks ago, Joe was like, "We're not talking about it," and
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
we're not talking about it. We're not talking about it.
We're not talking about it. We're not talking
I'm
about it.
just making a statement.
Yeah.
So Newman, I think he's back for both Darlington races. I think he's going to run the All-Star or at least attempt it. Probably not going to run it.
So.
unless they suddenly have a Penske car for some reason. So that'll be cool. Last thing here in other news. Well, actually, there was another thing I don't have on here. Streaming. Maybe a midsummer streaming package starting after next year, I think. Could be a thing. It's a thing that they're floating around with Amazon. We like that. That would be cool. Give me a Thursday night NASCAR race. Just one. Like, I know they didn't do good during the pandemic. Maybe they'll do good now. I don't know.
Agree.
See how SRX fares.
Do it.
I'll be down for that.
But Amazon sounds like they're the leader for that, about like 6 races or so, kind of like what TNT used to have. Which I think would be a good little. I think it'd be interesting too if you could take the trucks to all streaming.
That would probably be good.
I think it would hurt their ratings though. Maybe Daytona's still on linear television, Talladega, and some of the bigger events, but I don't know. Just throwing it out there. What's your favorite Darlington throwback this year? I don't want you looking. I want you to tell me your favorite off the top of your head.
I don't pay attention.
I've already
I don't
got 'em
care about
open,
paint
so.
schemes. Like
I
if
don't
I
think-
see if my driver that I like is running something cool, I'll buy the diecast. That's about as far as I go. And guess what? I don't I care about like 2 drivers. So
Yeah, Eric Jones and
Harvick's
Noah Gragson.
nope.
Harvick's is probably the only one that I don't like.
Oh, the Sunny D.
It's pretty bad because it's like we have so many Kevin Harvick throwbacks, and then Kevin Harvick is throwing back to a car that he never drove.
Yeah, but like that's cool.
Yeah,
The colors is the thing because the colors
yeah.
don't.
If it was
Colors.
and I
the
like
colors.
The colors.
I get it. Briscoe's is pretty cool. I like that one a lot. Logano's is cool.
Well, you can dip into Xfinity because I'm pretty sure. I thought you'd say
Right.
the Riley Herbst was your favorite.
Oh, actually, I do really like
Riley
that one,
Herbst's car
That
is
one's
really
really good.
cool.
yeah. That one's
Joey
great.
Logano's running a cool throwback. So is H Burt. The one
Yeah.
car's cool. I like the one car.
The RCR throwbacks are cool. The fact that we have 2 identical Dale Jarrett throwbacks is really funny.
Big fan of Gragson's throwback, of course.
Yeah. Bowman's is really cool too. I like how flexible Ally is with their branding. So
That is very nice.
Agree.
Suarez is
I'm
cool.
not saying this is my. Yeah, I was gonna say that's not my favorite one, but the '99 cars throwback will look really good on the racetrack.
yeah.
That's gonna look awesome.
Throwback team winner is RCR though, right? Like,
Oh yeah, the
Have
2
they-
and 21 are sick.
have they even announced for what they're doing for Cup?
I
No.
don't think they have.
I wonder if they're doing anything for Cup. Please, please, for the love of God, just let Kyle Busch drive the 3 car for one Cup race. Please.
That
be
would
really funny.
rock.
Could you imagine it shows up? Kyle's name is on the door and stuff.
And it's the black car. Just that'd be awesome. That would actually rock.
Whew.
No one caught it.
I caught
Austin
it.
Dillon can run a
you
junior
didn't.
My
throwback.
heart skipped.
so.
No, it's fine.
It is funny.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find where on the. Nah, who cares? I'll figure it out.
Yeah, JC has a dedicated page for Cup throwbacks, but none of the other ones.
Yeah, I was
He
gonna
doesn't
say, what the hell is this nonsense?
That's why you gotta go to schemehaven.com.
Oh, that's right.
Check out schemehaven.com. See if there's. I don't think he's got any stuff for this year.
Website.
Up yet.
This connection is not secure. All right.
Oh, it's not safe. Don't go there.
Wait,
Let's see.
wait.
I'm gonna get doxxed.
Let's
Oh, cool.
not-
The 2023 Xfinity button doesn't work.
No, Dewey's still setting it up.
Dewey, come on! I didn't know Dewey was trying to.
Dewey ain't watching this.
I'm gonna yell at Dewey for this.
Yeah, yell at Dewey.
Go
Dewey
yell at
just-
him. Everyone yell at Dewey.
Yeah.
Everyone yell at Dewey
God,
right now.
God knows we don't do that enough.
Tell them.
God knows
tell
we
them.
don't do it enough.
Tell them Dewey from the future sent you.
Yeah.
Dewey
Dewey Schramm
from
the
the-
fourth.
Future.
Yeah, tell them it was Dewey from the future that told them to yell at the current Dewey.
Look how professional I am. I took the label off my water bottle.
I'm just
Man, I love Gatorade.
I'm just drinking out of a cup.
I'm funny.
Good thing there's no branding anywhere in this podcast. So
Discount Tire getting free ads on here.
Yeah, I don't know why I pointed to the Auburn Bike Park. It's not a thing for profit.
City Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Carvana.
POV.
Is the logo on
Pursuit.
my mic facing the camera? I can't tell. Oh no, it's facing me. Okay.
Anyways,
Anyway.
picks for this next weekend.
Oh my god.
Start with IndyCar, Indy GP.
Oh my god, who cares?
Okay, we don't have to
Bob.
pick. We don't have to make picks. I don't care. I'll end
Stingray
the show
Bob.
right now.
I love
Stingray Bob.
how enthusiastic like the IndyCar discussion was when Tommy was here, and then when he's not here, we're like, who cares?
I'm taking Grosjean. Matt, who do you got?
I'm gonna take.
Tortoise.
Davey took my Stingray Rob pick, so
You can take him too. New rule. We can pick the
it's
same
fine.
people.
No,
Nope.
I don't want him. It's going horrendously. Okay. Herda. I don't know.
All right, trucks. Who you got for trucks? Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, William Byron, and Ross Chastain are all racing. Or not Kyle Busch, William Byron. Sorry.
Who's Bubba driving for? I'm assuming
He's in the one, I think, for
Tricon.
Tricon.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with a regular. I am going to take.
Excuse me.
Oh my god, I don't know. Screw it, Ben Rhodes.
Ooh, gross.
Davey, who you got?
Yeah, I know.
Parker Kligerman.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to take William Byron. I'm no fun. Xfinity Darlington, Davey. Parker Kligerman, you got it.
Parker Kligerman.
Matthew.
Sheldon Creed.
I knew it. Give me Josh Berry. Kyle Larson is in this race, so he will probably inevitably win. But
Gotta take Creed out from the lead on the last lap again.
it's not fun to pick Kyle Larson.
No.
Matthew, who you got? Cup Series, Darlington.
I'm not taking Larson because every year he finishes second here. Give me Truex. Screw it.
Takes Truex. I'm gonna take Eric Jones because this is probably the only week where I feel like he can get a good run.
I'm gonna go. We're gonna have fun on this one. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna go AJ Allmendinger.
Woohoo! That will be fun. You know what else is fun?
What's that?
What?
Clicking the like button and subscribing to us here on JTN2. Retro Diecast reviews are coming at you this week. We talked about Martin Truex Jr.'s Darlington race version car from 2004. Well, guess what? Got a couple... got one more car pretty significant to Darlington Raceway coming up this week, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. Craven got him, and we got Craven. Anyways...
Craven!
Why
When no one else got him, I know Craven got him.
Want to give a quick shout out. Thank you, Chris Pickett joined the team over on the broadcasting side of JTN. Called the Bomb Squad race last week with Joseph Weaver. Gonna be calling our Saturday race this week too. Saturday special 4 p.m. matinee. Make sure you check that out. Chris on the call with Weaver for that one as well. 400 miles from Daytona, gonna be fun. But we also, of course, have all of our other live, Maverick Night in America Tuesdays, Bomb Squad Thursday nights, and a bunch of other leagues sprinkled in there throughout the year. So make sure you go check those out over on Johto Network at Johto Network right here on YouTube. Also, our other social media at Johto Network. The podcast specific handle is at Fake Racers on Twitter. Davey gonna run that. He's nodding. He's jiving. He's vibing. Grooving. Tuvin. How you doing, Toofs? Chiefs. Sorry.
It's Chiefs.
I messed up.
Spoilers! Spoilers! They haven't seen the movie. Spoilers!
I don't even know what we're talking about, if I'm being honest.
Spoilers!
Brad Keselowski.
Dumbledore dies.
Spoilers. There's one on every race car.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Maybe social media handles.
Davey has her D7H5, D7H5 You can just Google them and you can it'll be like a little
Figure it out for
scratch.
yourself.
It's like what's it called? It's like a scratch and sniff. You'll figure it out when you do it.
Matthew.
Adam Stealing 51 on Twitter.
And for Chase Elliott.
Yeah. Thought about it now.
What if you've interacted with Chase Elliott and you don't know it?
Can't say I had that in common with him at the time.
Can I ask you for a favor for next week if it's not too much to ask?
Oh God.
Can you make Chase Elliott a persona, please?
Somebody's probably beat me to it already.
I'm sure, but I want a Matthew Steelman original. He's adding it to. Oh, no, he's looking for one.
I'm searching Chase Elliott persona.
If you see
And
one,
the first thing came up, Chase Elliott is a furry confirmed?
I can't believe this.
No, the tweet was deleted. Chase, why?
Chase won.
Hang on, I'm putting this into the Wayback Machine.
He deleted the tweet? Like he deleted his tweet? Or like the tweet?
It's somebody quote tweeting him. I'm putting this into the Wayback Machine. This has got to be archived. No, it's not.
There's no way
hold on.
Homeboy is deleting his tweets now over this.
I'll find it. It was
mind you, there is nothing wrong. Whatever you like is fine with us. It's just funny when people get weirded out by things. All right, continue.
I put in creators, Matt.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
That's got to be in the thumbnail this week.
Probably. Let me see. Let's see. Will it be in the thumbnail? Let's see. Where's the JTN creator? Probably not gonna be in the thumbnail. I don't need my video getting pulled down, but you know, Chase Elliott's PR is probably pretty good. Again,
so
nothing wrong with it. It's just funny. It's just funny. Because the internet's funny.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It is funny. It can be, and it will be, because it is and it will, and it has been, so.
And
Thank
this
you
has
for being.
been the Fake Racers podcast with Davey Hazard, Matthew Steelman, and I'm Joe. And we will see you guys next week. Right back here on the Fake Racers podcast, hopefully.
See you, Fake Racing podcast shape, lead souped up Chevy with a furry.
Can we put that on a t-shirt?
I'm just a furry leaning on a souped up Chevy.
We'll see you
You
guys
say that,
next
but
week.
I've seen people actually draw that, so.
We will see you guys
Goodbye.
next week.